emerged from the ocean during the churning of milk. Hence, goddess Lakshmi and god Kubera, the gods of wealth, are worshipped on this day. One of the popular rituals on this day is making new purchases, especially of gold or silver articles and also utensils. Dhanvantri, who is also worshipped on the occasion of Dhanteras, is considered the god of Ayurveda, who imparted the wisdom of Ayurveda for the betterment of mankind and to help rid of it of the suffering of disease. Media conference with Lal Goel on this auspicious occasion. Wish you all very happy Dhanteras. Now coming to the main topic, that is Sabarmati Ashram controversy. First, we would like to understand what is Sabarmati Ashram. So I am going for that first. Sabarmati Ashram, also known as Gandhi Ashram, is located in the Sabarmati suburb of Ahmedabad, Gujarat, adjoining the Ashram Road on the banks of the river Sabarmati, 6.4 kilometers away from the town hall. This was one of the many residents of Mahatma Gandhi who lived at Sabarmati, Gujarat and Sevagram, Wardha, Maharashtra when he was not traveling across India or in prison. He lived in Sabarmati or Wardha for a total of only 12 years with his wife Kasturba Gandhi and followers including Vinoba Bhave. The Bhagavad Gita was recited here daily as part of the ashram schedule. It was from here that Mahatma Gandhi led the Dandi March, also known as the Salt Satyagraha, on 12th March 1930. In recognition of the significant influence that this march had on Indian independence movement, the Indian government has established the ashram as a national monument. Gandhiji's India ashram was originally established at the Kochrab, Bangalore of Jeevan Lal Desai, a barrister and friend of Mahatma Gandhi, on 25th May 1915. At that time, the ashram was called the Satyagraha Ashram. But Mahatma Gandhi wanted to carry out various activities such as farming and animal husbandry, in addition to other pursuits which called for the need of a much larger area of usable land. So 2 years later, on 17 June 1970, the ashram was relocated to an area on the banks of the river Sabarmati, and it came to be known as the Sabarmati Ashram. It is believed that this one of the ancient ashram sites of Dadhiji Rishi, who had donated his bones for a righteous war. The Sabarmati Ashram is sited between a prison and a crematorium, and Mahatma Gandhi believed that the Satyagrahi has invariably to go to either place, either to a prison or to a crematorium. Mohandas Gandhi, that is Mahatma Gandhi, said, and I quote, "This is the right place for our activities to carry on the search for truth and develop fearlessness, for on one side are the iron bolts of the foreigners and on the other side thunderbolts of Mother Nature," unquote. The Sabarmati Ashram stands on 100 acres on the banks of Sabarmati River. Of this, 47 acres are occupied by the memorial. Hriday Kunj is a part of this memorial. The rest of the 53 acres house other heritage structures and houses. The ashram was divided into 5 trusts: SAPMT, Sabarmati Ashram, Gaushala Trust, Harijan Sevak Sangh, Khadi Gramodyog Prayog Samiti, and Harijan Ashram Trust after independence. Apart from these trusts, around 200 families too have stakes in the ashram's land, mostly from scheduled caste communities. These families are the descendants of the original ashram inhabitants who live in and around its premises. The government has offered them rupees 40 lakhs each as a compensation in lieu of vacating their properties. While at the ashram, Mahatma Gandhi formed a tertiary school that focused on manual labor, agriculture and literacy in order to advance his efforts for the nation's self-sufficiency. It was also from here that on 12th March 1930, Mahatma Gandhi marched to Dandi, 241 miles from the ashram, with 78 companions in protest at the British salt law. This mass civil disobedience in turn led to the imprisoning of some 60,000 freedom fighters by the British Raj over the following 3 weeks. Mahatma Gandhi later asked the government to give it back, but they were unwilling. He had by then already decided on 22nd July 1933 to disband the ashram. which had become a deserted place after the detention of so many. Then local citizens decided to preserve it. On 12th March 1930, Mahatma Gandhi had vowed that he would not return to the ashram until India had gained independence, and Mahatma Gandhi did not come back to Sabarmati ashram. Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated on 30th January 1948. The ashram now has a museum, the Gandhi Smarak Sangrahalaya. This had originally been located in Hriday Kunj, Gandhiji's own cottage in the ashram. Then in 1963, having been designed by the architect Charles Caru, the museum was built. The Sangrahalaya was then relocated into the well-designed and well-furnished museum building and was inaugurated by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, first Prime Minister of India, on 10th May 1963. Now, this is about Sabarmati Ashram. Now, but what is the controversy? Why the controversy? Now, the controversy is because the Gujarat government has undertaken redevelopment of two historic structures associated with Mahatma Gandhi in Ahmedabad. The Sabarmati Ashram, popularly known as Gandhi Ashram, and the Sabarmati Central Jail place, where the father of the nation spent several years of his life. The state government has planned to spend rupees 1,200, that is 1,200 crores, to turn the Sabarmati Ashram into a world-class memorial. The Sabarmati Ashram redeveloped, and to discuss this very, very important topic today, that Sabarmati Ashram controversy, we have a very elite, knowledgeable, those who are either involved, means they are they are impressed with the Gandhian philosophy. They are those who are writing about Gandhiji's, and the legal numerae about those who is expert. One of our panelists who is expert in the public interest litigation are panelists with us. And I would like to invite my first panelist guest, and he is Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran. Welcome, Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, on our show. Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, who read Gandhi philosophy very thoroughly. And you know what was the Gandhi's philosophy. Now, what we are seeing a trend.
To our topic today.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Goel, for inviting me on this very important theme to the country and maybe to the world at large as well. Because Mahatma Gandhi was not only a son of India. Through his work, he became inspiration for people like Martin Luther King in US who were fighting for civil rights. So Mahatma Gandhi is a very special personality, a very important symbol, and a very important light for everyone in the world. What to say only for people in Gujarat. So I am grateful to you that you've invited me to listen to some of my limited thoughts. First and foremost, the theme today is Sabarmati Ashram controversy. Whenever there is controversy, one thing is very constant, and that is there are individuals or groups of people who are having a strong standpoints, and the differences, if they are intense, the controversy also is intense. If the differences are small, limited, then the controversy is limited. I will first and foremost like to say what is at the root of the controversy. It is a lack of understanding, as always. What are we failing to understand here? Mahatma Gandhi is not an individual, and Mahatma Gandhi is not only an institution. Mahatma Gandhi is today in 2021 an idea, and therefore the people who are at the root of this controversy are the individuals who have diametrically opposite or conforming or consistent interpretations of this idea, until and unless we understand that the controversy is on an idea which some people want to propagate, and worse, some people want to superimpose on unwilling parties. We will not be able to either understand this controversy or resolve it. So this is the first point I will like to make here. Mahatma Gandhi don't see him as an individual. Mahatma Gandhi don't see as a philosophy. See Mahatma Gandhi as a way of life. That is the idea he promoted. He, along with the first president of the country, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, advocated and personified through their life a philosophy and an idea, and that is simple living, high thinking.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran. And Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran very strongly says that Mahatma Gandhi's soul should visit, come to be there in the ashram, and that is only possible if we will preserve it as it is. So it clearly shows that he is against this redevelopment plan of Gujarat government or the union government. And he says that Mahatma Gandhi is not an individual or not a institution. He is a philosophy. He is a way of life. Now, when he says like this, it means that he wants that everything should be preserved as it is. And according to Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, he wants the serious visitors, those who are scholars, those who really wants to do some changes in the world should visit, not those casual holiday makers. And we have also seen recently how the Sardar Patel's very tall statue was constructed with all fan and fair. And today what is happening, people are going, clicking the photographs, and it has become like just like Eiffel Tower. It has nothing to do with the philosophy and the greatness of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. At that time, but it was like that I was bowing down, and it was more than a temple or a mosque or a church or a gurdwara for me, and still I feel that is the place one should visit in lifetime and give respect or pay homage to the person who without any weapon in his hand can do the miracle without using any force. And nowadays what we are seeing, that we are using the force against our own farmers. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, for giving your views. Now I would like to invite my next panelist guest, and he is Professor Dr. Pramod Pathak. Professor Dr. Pramod Pathak is reputed international corporate trainer, public speaker, blogger and columnist. He is the former professor and head of management studies, IIT Dhanbad. He is postgraduate in psychology. And welcome Professor Dr. Pramod Pathak on our show. Professor Dr. Pramod Pathak, you have heard what Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran has mentioned.
Thank you, Mr. Goel. I greet all the participants and listeners who have joined this program on the occasion of Dhanteras. It is a very, what I call auspicious date on which you have decided to host this program about Sabarmati controversy. And the interesting part is that from this day to the next 2-3 days, the entire country and maybe many parts of the world will try to please Lakshmi in their own way. So there is some connection with what is happening at Sabarmati and the date today. An apple for 4 annas and sold it for 1 rupee. What would I get? And if in reply to this question, the child says that you will get jail, that is the kind of education that I want. So Gandhi's view about business or profitability or commerce was this: reasonable profits. Gandhi belonged to a business class. In the traditional Indian system, he was a business class person, but he had a view about business, that business should not be for exploitation. Business should be for reasonable profits, and it also was a means of serving the society. The unfortunate part is that these days, that is the problem. 300% profit, which Gandhi said had no justification. 4 annas to 1 rupee, 25 paise to 100 paise. There was no justification. That is what we are trying to do in this era, driven by commerce. I don't call this era information age. This is a commerce age. So everything has a commercial angle in it. Everything. And even this repackaging or remodeling or reselling of SABARMATI Ashram also is an attempt at that. We have already been doing this, and I don't see that there is any very genuine reason why SABARMATI Ashram should not remain what it is. The value of SABARMATI Ashram is only because of what it is in the way it is. It's a monument that is known world over, that is respected world over, that have visitors from all over the world. And I also remember going there twice, and I invariably found a number of foreigners visiting that place. And not only that, Gandhi is one person whose memorials or whose monuments, or there is something or the other in almost all countries of the world, including China. That is Gandhi. We may like or dislike Gandhi, but we cannot say that Gandhi was not a great man, one of the greatest mass leaders of this world, who was inspiration for many. So I think, with due regards to Gandhi, let SABARMATI Ashram remain what it is. Let it be Gandhi's memorial. Let it not be model for consumer preference or something like that. It should be for Gandhi. And it must wear that Gandhian look, devoid of suit boot and with a loincloth. That is what Gandhi stood for. That is what it should be. So my view is very clear that I think it's a basically memorial of Gandhi. So it should look like a memorial of Gandhi rather than it should be some kind of a exhibition that does not befit the purpose for it was built and purpose for which it exists. I think people in the previous governments also could have thought of that. But the better sense prevailed that it should remain like this. I mean, there are certain things which are beyond commerce. Gandhi is one such thing, and SABARMATI Ashram is also one such thing. So that is my take.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Pramod Pathak.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Lal. Happy Diwali to all my co-panelists. And I have a great regard for what our co-panelists had stated. It is the obligation of the state to protect the cultural heritage. And now there is ancient Monument Preservation Act 1904 also. There is also an important law. There is another law, the Antiquities Control Act 1947. And recently Antiquities and Art Treasure Act 1972. So these are the laws are already there to protect. If the government tries to violate those laws which are already there, and moreover, what is important, it is not only the government obligation, it is the obligation of every citizen of our country under Article 51 AF. This is also important section, This for 51 AF clearly says that it is the duty of every citizen to protect the cultural heritage. So it is not only the duty of the government, it is the duty of every citizen of our country to protect the cultural heritage. And this section, this article, are itself a testament to the fact that the legislature is also anxious or willing to protect the cultural heritage, because they are the heritage which acknowledges the Indianness. We are known for Gandhi. Gandhi is known for India. Gandhi represents India. And we as a citizen of our country, my final summation is that the Gandhi philosophy, Gandhism are not going to die, and the government must be conscious of the fact of its obligation as per the Constitution to protect the cultural and monumental sites, because they are the most treasured heritage, which should not be altered should not be made over. It should not be changed over, because this will give a wrong message to the society. Commercialization is absolutely perfectly correct, but the balance between commercialization as well as preservation and conservation of the original ideas of Gandhi are equally important. So the government is required to maintain the balance. They should not be forgetful to the sovereign responsibility to protect the cultural heritage of our country.
Thank you very much, Advocate 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 𝐍𝐄𝐖𝐒, for giving your very, very strong submission. Now my question goes to Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran.
A very serious question. And in order to answer it, we have to travel back in the history. When the Greek kings who brought the glory to the world were at the ebbing time of their power, the enemies of Greek civilization attacked. They won, because time never stays with one entity. It changes. When they conquered Greece, one of the atrocious acts they committed is went to the academy which Aristotle has started to teach Alexander. Alexander was, of course, the enemy, and they burnt down the library. Citizen responsibilities, Wesley, and he is not alone. Each one of us respects Mahatma Gandhi genuinely, and therefore we take a position. At the same time, there are some people who are very short-sighted. They want to take advantage of Mahatma Gandhi and other symbols by rewriting, redefining. They succeed in short time. You and I cannot stop it. There is a prayer which I keep very fond of saying: God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. In resolving the Sabarmati Ashram, by seeing what is being done, people know the truth whether they speak or not. And this is where the present formulation which you are saying will not succeed. I do not agree that it will achieve its purpose. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, for giving your strong views again. Now my question goes to Professor Dr. Pramod Pathak. Professor Dr. Pramod Pathak, if you have traveled a lot other countries, you might have visited many monuments there. For Nathuram Godse, where the people are praying. Tomorrow, they might be having some temple coming up near that complex. Who is going to stop? My question to you is, in the name of redevelopment, again I am saying, we are not doing something, because if we are doing it maintenance or doing something which can give the long life to the ashram, then 12,200 crores are not required. And if you want to redevelop, acquire some more land, take 100 acres more, do whatsoever you want to do, but preserve this 100 acre as it is. Right now, they are saying that they will not touch that 47 acre. What is the guarantee? There is no guarantee. Even the sovereign guarantee, we have seen, even the UP state chief minister has given guarantee in Ayodhya case, affidavit he has given, and he failed to do a procure. So what are your views of keeping all this in mind? Professor Dr. Pramod Pathak, please.
No, I am very clear that this whole exercise of redeveloping Sabarmati Ashram is more of a marketing exercise rather than any serious exercise to preserve Gandhi's ashram and Gandhi's identity and Gandhi's ideals and his philosophy. Because as I said, it is 100% antithesis to whatever Gandhi stood for. You are right that if you have to preserve Gandhi's monument, there are other ways rather than changing that. So there is no point. Don't change that. You take additional land and do whatever you want. That can be a good gesture.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Dr.